to be someone worth liking. And even thought of you leaving, I know that it would break me, and that really scares me. And even though it's my turn to speak, I'm really trying to edge out the reason why I'm freaking out. I think that it might be I'm scared of being lonely. And I've rehearsed this 20 times, but it never comes out right. Guess I'll start with sorry, I'm scared of being lonely. And I'm a little scared you'll leave, even though you tell me you won't. And I'm a little scared I'll be somebody that you don't want to know. And I'm a little scared to speak, 'cause I can't find the words that I want. And even though it's my turn to speak, I'm really trying to edge out the reason why I'm freaking out. I think that it might be I'm scared of being lonely. And I've rehearsed this 20 times, but it never comes out right. Guess I'll start with sorry, I'm scared of being lonely. I'm scared of being lonely. Thank you. Ali Sinclair on the cello, Django Rowe on the guitar, and Dylan Paul on the bass, and the Moog a bit later. Thanks so much for coming out. It's so cold and rainy and wet and miserable, but it's kind of cozy in here. It's kind of nice. That song was Scared of Being Lonely. That was one of my tunes that I recently recorded. I actually wrote it when I was living in Port Lincoln. I spent 8 weeks in Port Lincoln at the start of the year for placement in my final year of uni, studying speech pathology, which is another passion of mine. So I was at Port Lincoln Hospital, and obviously like a rural city, not many people around, a little bit lonely, family. We're back in Adelaide, and I finished writing it, and I was like, I actually love being lonely. Like, I'm a bit of an introvert. Like, I kind of liked being alone for 8 weeks, but you know, I love being lonely. It doesn't quite have the same ring about it, so we kept it as Scared of Being Lonely. We are going to move on now to one called Going Through the Motions. Every one of these songs is an original of mine, but a lot of this stuff I kind of never intended for it to be heard live in this setting. I work with a producer, Israel Amoy, and yeah, it's got like no live instrumentation on any of the tracks other than me playing a bit of synth and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm so thankful that this band just really like took it and ran with it, and kind of we made it work in this setting, which is really exciting. So you guys are kind of hearing the acoustic versions before the produced versions, which is kind of cool. I like it. All right, this is Going Through the Motions. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been taking long baths and meditating. I've been doing my best, trying to make sense of everything. Some days breathing gets harder when I'm by myself, 'cause I'm still trying to erase your aftershave from my house. don't know how we got from there to here. Why I'm imagining that you're still here. I walk past your favorite coffee shop, still sing our song every time it comes on. But I feel like fading away, going through the motions each day. I've been doing my best, trying to pretend I'm over you, but we're both out with our friends, thinking about how each other's doing. And people thought we were magnets, always attracted. And now I don't even know if I would say hello to you. Ooh, no, I don't know how we got from there to here. Why I'm imagining that you're still here. I walk past your favorite coffee shop, still sing our song every time it comes on. But I feel like fading away, going through the motions. I walk past your favorite coffee shop, still sing our song every time it comes on. But I feel like fading away, going through the motions each day. Sing a song every time it comes on, but I feel like fading away, going through the motions each day. Gonna do a little switcheroo. I'm gonna head behind the piano, and these guys are gonna have a break. By the way, Django Rowe. Off you go. Go on. Just kidding. I don't know why I do this to myself. I feel like every time I play instruments on stage, it goes horribly. So now that I've told you that, I'm gonna play an instrument. Beautiful. This one is called What It Feels Like. I am actually heading to LA in July. Yeah, I know, heading overseas. How random. Travel insurance with COVID. Yeah, I spent like 2 hours on hold to a couple of different travel insurance companies. Like I had multiple phones going and they were all on hold. And it was just like terrible hold music, elevator things going on at the same time. It was absolutely awful. Anyway, that's a sidetrack. This one's called What It Feels Like, and I actually have to do a performance in LA. I'm going over for a songwriting camp course thing, and I have to do a performance in front of all these like label executives over there, which is really exciting, but also quite nerve-wracking. So I actually wasn't going to play piano on this gig at all, but I just thought, why not? Good practice, you know? Get it over with. Get all the mistakes out now in front of you guys, and then hopefully make no mistakes in front of, you know, everyone in LA.
your favorite shirt on your doorstep. Kept all our Polaroids, but I hate all of them. Just when it felt like we were making sense, you pushed me away as if you didn't care. And I'm sorry I made you cry, but look what you did to me. And you made me cry all the time, and I hope that you get to see this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. The other night I kissed somebody else. I didn't hate it, but I'll admit it hurt. Listening to you say you're better than ever, but you keep on texting me, so whatever. It got me thinking about what I deserve, so I guess I should have also left to thank you later. And I'm sorry I made you cry, but look what you did to me. You made me cry all the time, and I hope you can see this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. First night I cried without you, drank a lot of wine without you, told you that I'm fine without you. Last night I dreamt about you, told you how I felt about you. I'm doing my best without you. Last night I cried without you, drank a lot of wine without you, told you that I'm fine without you. Last night I dreamt about you, told you how I felt about you. I'm doing my best without you. And I'm sorry I made you cry, but look what you did to me. Told you this would happen. And you made me cry all the time, and I hope that you gotta see this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Thank you. I'm gonna get Django up by himself now, because we're gonna do a little duo tune. Oh, I've lost my water bottle. Hang on. I don't really gig often these days because I'm busy studying. So when I'm singing, I'm kind of in my music room writing / recording, or like in a studio with a producer, which is like a totally different setting. Anyone who's recorded versus done a live performance knows that. So yeah, I was feeling really nervous. I still am feeling really nervous about tonight, but this is an old tune of mine called Lighter Grey. Last year, Emily, who's actually part of the COMA team here, had this amazing idea to showcase 6 vocalists at Nexus Arts over 3 months, emerging and established vocalists, and we all kind of got to present our original tunes. And I actually hadn't done really any writing before she came to me and said that. I feel like 2020, I'd just finished uni, and I was kind of like figuring out what I wanted to do with music. Like I'd just finished the jazz course and the pandemic hit, obviously, which doesn't help, but I felt really lost because all of a sudden I wasn't practicing to get high distinctions. I was just practicing to practice, which was a little bit not very motivating for me, I found. So it kind of took me, I really didn't sing at all during 2020, and like anyone that was any musician or singer that like looked even mildly productive on social media, I was like, oh, unfollow you, don't need that toxic positivity in my life right now. So Emily came to me at the end of 2020 and said, look, I've got this idea, do you want to be a part of it? And I said, yeah, sure. and she said, "Do you want to be in it?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, sure." And so then I started scrambling and writing all these tunes. So this is a really old one, and it's probably one of my more favourite ones. I was quite obsessed with Madison Cunningham. If you don't know who Madison Cunningham is, please go home and learn who Madison Cunningham is. Brilliant writer in LA and performer too. And this was kind of inspired by her a little bit in one of her records. So yeah, and I just like love playing with Django as well. He's the bee's knees. He's like one of the best musicians ever. Django and I are also, like I was saying before, I'm a bit introverted. Like Django's like my fellow introvert in these situations. Like we'll be at a party together and I'll make eye contact with Django across the room. I'm like, we're both feeling overwhelmed. And he's like, yeah. And we just like look at one another and yeah, it's good.
Eyes to the ground, if I feel something, hide it way down, down where you won't find it, through stormy words at me, over and over. It's like rain with no sun waiting after. But if we painted the sky a lighter gray, would it even look right? That little voice you once spoke over was trying to say the biggest things, but you ignored it. So self-assured in everything I'm not, I just waited for something less fucked up. But if we painted the sky a lighter gray, would it even look right? Could we paint the sky a lighter gray? You picked me up and let me fall, to look down from your pedestal, but your throne's just a chair, and this crown that you wear is not fooling anyone. When the rain goes away, I'm gonna paint the sky a lighter gray. When the rain goes away, I'm gonna paint the sky a lighter gray.
Thank you, Django Rowe. Come on up. Gonna welcome back Dylan and Ali. And yeah, so I am going to pick up another instrument now. And it's this one right here, this beautiful instrument. I actually have a bit of a, not really funny, just like a story about this guitar. I was having a chat to someone that's been really supportive in my musical career so far, James Muller, who's an exceptional guitarist. And I said I was writing new tunes and they were kind of like Pope. That was pop and folk. Pope. That could be like the hybrid. Now I don't have to write pop and folk. I just say Pope. And he said, "Oh, well, you should learn guitar." And I said, "Oh, I kind of did as a kid, but I wasn't really any good at it because I didn't really want to practice. I think singing was just always really natural for me. Like I was always singing on car rides and in the shower, still do. So yeah, I decided to pick up the guitar with a bit of encouragement, and he said, "Oh, like come on over, like have a lesson with me." And so if you don't know who James Muller is, he's like an ARIA award-winning guitarist, like he's heavy as. And I was like, "Oh, are you sure? Like that's a bit embarrassing teaching me like C chords, you know." And he said, no, come over, and I did. And then I'm sure he was probably like this the whole time. It probably sounded dreadful. But then as I was walking out, I was playing this old electric guitar that Dylan gave me, and he said, "Actually, I have an acoustic guitar. Like I'd never use it. You can just have it," which was very generous of him. So this is for James Muller, whether he might listen to this and go like, "Oh God, please don't." There we go. This one's called Pretty Good.
Do you hate me 'cause I'm happy? And all your friends let you know. It looks a little lonely, standing from where you can't let go. Somebody who's moved on wouldn't lash out like this. I cried more than once, but I got bored of it. Pretty good at being honest, just as good as you were at lying. Sometimes I miss the things that you'd say to make it seem like it was okay. The same mistakes for someone like you, 'cause now I'm not the same person you once knew. You had the chance to love her, but you didn't, and she found herself just fine without you. The other day I heard that your friends keep asking about me. A bit defensive, and you don't miss me one bit. Somebody who's moved on wouldn't lash out like this. Your girlfriend is hoping that you'll get over me. The same mistakes for someone like you, 'cause now I'm not the same person you once knew. You had the chance to love her, but you didn't, and she found herself just fine without you. Pretty good at being okay, pretty good at least for today, pretty good at having my say. Pretty good at being okay, pretty good at least for today, pretty good at having my say. Pretty good at being okay, pretty good at least for today, pretty good at having my say. Pretty good at being okay, pretty good at least for today, pretty good at having my say.
Thanks. That went better than the piano one. Shocker. This next one. This is one of my favourites. It's called Cheap Shots. And since you all failed miserably at Alex Flood's sing-along, I'm going to make you all sing along. Because I've had 2 G&Ts and I'm feeling like really relaxed. So I feel like we're all friends here. So let's do it. Okay, the lyrics are, repeat after me. You take cheap shots at me. Cheap shots. Articulation. I feel like I'm taking a choir. You take cheap shots at me. Line me up like it's nothing. Line me up like it's nothing. And the rhythm goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You take cheap shots at me. Line me up like it's nothing. Your turn. 3, 4, 1. You take cheap shots at me. Line me up like it's nothing. Yeah, and so now the melody goes like this. You take cheap shots at me, line me up like it's nothing. Your turn. 3, 4. You take cheap shots at me, line me up like it's nothing. Now, I'll be really embarrassed if you don't sing that bit now, so make sure you do. This song, Cheap Shots. So I feel like I had just started Invisalign a couple of weeks ago, and I feel like I have a lisp, so I'm really sorry if that was really hard to hear. I'm like the lisping speech path, which is horrible. This song I actually wrote with a very good friend and mentor of mine, Alex Hosking, and she is doing amazing things. She is probably like one of the most streamed artists in Australia right now. She's kind of living between the UK and America, and she is so humble and so gracious and just loves mentoring up-and-coming songwriters. So shout out to Alex Hosking. This is one that we wrote together. Yeah, should we do it one more time? Ready? 3, 4. You take cheap shots at me, line me up like it's nothing. Yeah, cool. I'll cue you in, all right? I'll do a little one of these. 1, 2, 3,
Middle fingers up, don't care about nothing. 10 times out of 10, I know you're lying and stealing my life, thinking you're always right. Pull me down 1 notch at a time. You say you don't feel anything, but I don't think you were capable of trying. Even if you didn't like me, you say you despise me. Ready? 3, 4. You take cheap shots at me, line me up like it's nothing. Yeah, nice. Too late for sorry. Those words don't count. Got my head spinning. So shut your mouth. You say that I'm trying to get noticed, living for my goals, staying devoted. It's funny how you throwing shade at those who get more praise than you do. You take cheap shots at me, light me up like it's nothing. Oh, too late for sorry, 'cause those words don't count. Got my head spinning, so shut your mouth. Who said that you can run your mouth? Got yourself in trouble now. Who said that you can trouble now. No, too late for sorry. 'Cause those words don't count. No, I got my head spinning. Yeah, so shut your mouth. Ooh, it's too late for sorry. 'Cause those words don't count. You got my head spinning. So shut your mouth.
Yeah, nice. Thanks, guys. That was heaps better than before. By the way, how amazing was Alex Flood's set? I feel like Alex Flood's like kind of famous, like in Adelaide. Like he's like, oh, the famous drummer. He's more famous than anyone else in this room, I think. So it was a big pleasure to play on the same night as such an incredible musician and writer, and also that band, man, crazy good. We are going to finish now. This is our last tune, which is really sad. I'm having the best time. I want to keep going. Ali Sinclair on the cello, Django Rowe on the guitar, and Dylan Paul on the bass. And my name's Chelsea. Thanks. Thank you so much for being here. I have a confession to make before I finish this set, and that is that I am a huge Taylor Swift fan. And this next song, it's called When I Said Her Name, and it's very much inspired by Taylor Swift's album Lover, which is such a good album. I love like how her lyrics are so, like you can almost guess what she's about to say, but then there are like such good moments of, oh, like I wasn't expecting that. And when I first started dating Dylan, which was in my second year of uni, he was in honours, and so he was like this, you know, jazz, you know, he was like really heavy in the course. He was like one of the best musicians in the course, and I was really I was just the second year. I was like, I don't know what to say or do. You know the talent crush, right? Everybody knows the talent crush. Come on, everyone that went to the course knows the talent crush. No, we've moved beyond that now. I remember coming home from uni and being like, Mum, Dad, there's this bass player at uni that looks exactly like Orlando Bloom. Like, look. I'm like... Anyway, so we were on our way to a gig. And Dylan turns to me. He goes, do you like Taylor Swift? And I didn't know whether he was asking me to, like, quiz me. Like, I don't know. I was just feeling a bit insecure, obviously. And I said, yeah, she's okay. And he's like, cool, because I like love Taylor Swift, and then started playing Taylor Swift. So that's kind of how my I already liked her, but it kind of evolved from there. And yeah, so this song is very much inspired by her album recently. I think it was released like 2019, so it's a little while ago now. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I don't have any music available, but I will soon. Hopefully by the end of the year when I get back from overseas, I will start streaming some stuff. So thank you very much again. Thank you, COMA, for having me. Such a pleasure. Thank you, Marty, on sound. What a legend. Thank you, Alex Flood, and thank you to my beautiful band.
Didn't tell your parents that we were ending, 'cause we knew that they'd be devastated. And your mom keeps on texting, asking how it ended. You should be the one to say. I know we're not meant to talk, but we we both knew this was coming because you weren't being honest. 4 a.m. and I can't stop thinking about you and her, hoping that you'll text me first. And I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. You wanted the girl with the small waist, 'cause she was always more of your taste. Don't want to, don't want to, don't want to. Yeah, I should've known this was coming, 'cause when I said her name, you looked away. And I know it sounds stupid, but last night I read through every single text you wrote. Yeah, her smile lights up the room. Well, you said that to me too, and now I'm crying over you. I know we're not meant to talk, but we both knew this was coming because you weren't being honest. 4 a.m. and I can't stop thinking about you and her, hoping that you'll text me first. And I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. You wanted the girl with the small waist, 'cause she was always more of your taste. Don't want to, don't want to, don't want to. And I should've known this was coming, 'cause when I said her name, you looked away. Boys can be boys, I have to be okay with that, 'cause you've been taught this makes you more of a man. Boys can be boys, I have to be okay with that, 'cause you've been conditioned to think like that. You wanted the girl with the small waist, she was always
Alright, a little froggy there.
yeah, I should've known this was coming, 'cause when I said her name, you looked away.
Thank you so much.
Get up for Chelsea McGuiness, Ali Sinclair, Django Roy, and Dylan Paul. Also, while you're applauding, include Alex Flood in your applause and his fabulous band. He's sold all but one CD, so come see us at the desk to get that CD, and Alex will sign it for you if he's still around. It'll be very special. Thanks to Marty Jones on sound. Thanks to the Wheat Sheaf Hotel. Thanks to Arts SA, who give us funding every year now, which is delightful. We love the government. All right, drive safe. We'll see you in 1 week. We're here with another gig. I don't know what it is. Look at the flyers. Cheers.